I still remember the exact date the save the date card never arrived in my mailbox. It was a Thursday in early June, and I had come home from a long day at the construction firm feeling tired but content. My name is Alex Rivera. At 31 years old back then, 34 now, I had built a solid life as a senior project manager. Decent salary, reliable routine. A small condo in Midtown Atlanta that I owned outright after years of careful saving. I wasn't flashy, but I was the one people called when things needed fixing. Leaky roofs, broken cars, overdue bills. Especially family. My younger brother Marcus was different. 2 years younger, always the center of attention since we were kids. He had that easy smile, the quick laugh, the ability to charm a room without trying. Growing up in our modest 3-bedroom house in the suburbs, Mom and Dad praised him for every little thing: good grades, soccer trophies, even just being polite to neighbors. I was the quiet older brother who mowed the lawn, helped Dad with the garage projects, and tutored Marcus through math when he struggled. I never minded. That's what big brothers do, right? Things shifted after college. Marcus chased creative dreams, graphic design, freelance gigs, big ideas. I went the steady route. Engineering degree, entry-level job, promotions every couple of years. When Dad got sick 5 years ago, heart issues that required surgery and months off work, I stepped in, paid the co-pays, covered the mortgage for 3 months, made sure Mom didn't have to dip into savings. Marcus helped where he could, but money was always tight for him. Then came the loans. First $5,000 when his old car died. Then another $10,000 to start his freelance business properly: website, software, marketing. "It's an investment in me, bro," he said with that grin. "You'll see returns." I never charged interest. Family doesn't do that. When he met Lila 2 years ago at a design conference, everything accelerated. She was polished, confident, from one of those old Atlanta families with country club memberships and vacation homes in Hilton Head. Her parents owned a small chain of boutique hotels. Nothing massive, but enough to impress. Suddenly Marcus started talking about our future. Standards. The right people. Family dinners changed. Less joking around the kitchen table, more talk of networking events and charity galas. I noticed, but I stayed quiet. I told myself love changes people. Wedding planning began in earnest about 18 months ago. Mom called me one Sunday afternoon, voice bubbling with excitement. "Alex, you won't believe it. Marcus and Lila booked the Ritz ballroom. 300 guests, imported flowers, a live band. It's going to be beautiful." "Wow," I said, genuinely happy for him. "That sounds incredible. Let me know if there's anything I can do." There was. First came the venue deposit, $8,000 short. Marcus called late one night. "Bro, cash flow is weird right now. Lila's parents are covering most, but this one piece. Can you spot me? I'll pay you back after the honeymoon." I transferred it the next morning. Then the photographer. Lila had her heart set on a celebrity-style team that charged $7,200. Marcus sent me screenshots. "This is once in a lifetime, man." Another transfer. For $1,500 more. I didn't complain. I just kept working, kept saving, kept believing it would all be worth it when I stood next to my brother on his big day. Months went by. No save the date in the mail. No group text with the date circled. I asked Mom casually over coffee one weekend. She looked uncomfortable. "It's going to be very curated, honey. Lila's family is handling the guest list. They want it intimate, elegant." "Intimate with 300 people?" I asked, half laughing. She sighed. "You know how these things go. Social expectations." I let it drop. I texted Marcus directly. "Hey man, excited for the wedding. When do invites drop?" His reply took 2 days. "Soon bro, crazy busy with fittings and menus. Talk soon." Another month passed. Still nothing. Then 2 weeks before the date, Mom called again. Her voice was small. "Alex, they decided to keep it to immediate family and very close friends only." The words hit like a punch I didn't see coming. I'm his brother. Immediate family, right? "I know, sweetheart. But Lila's parents, They wanted a specific atmosphere. They think you're, well, a bit serious. Not the dancing on tables type. Serious. Practical. Not the vibe that I sat on my couch staring at the wall for a long time after that call. Betrayal isn't always loud arguments or screaming matches. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's an empty chair where you should have been. I didn't watch the live stream or refresh Instagram obsessively. I just saw the spillover, cousins posting stories, aunts sharing formal portraits, Marcus and Lila glowing in custom tux and gown. Smiles everywhere. No empty space labeled reserved for Alex. Monday morning at 8:47 a.m., my inbox pinged. From Marcus. Subject: Wedding wrap-up and family contribution. I opened it expecting thank yous, maybe a photo link, or even an apology for the snub. Instead, a neatly formatted Excel spreadsheet. Venue: $42,000 catering, $18,000 flowers and decor, $9,500 photography/videography, $7,200 band and DJ, $6,800 miscellaneous, lighting, transport, favors $12,300 grand total, $95,800, partial list, full event exceeded $140,000. At the bottom, highlighted in yellow, family portion balance, $26,000 due from Alex Rivera. A short note underneath. Hey bro, we know you were excited to help make this day special. This covers your fair share of the extras, venue deposit, photographer, etc., that you already contributed toward. Venmo, Zelle, or check works. Thanks for always being there for us. Love, Marcus and Lila. I read it 3 times. Then I laughed, a short, bitter sound that echoed in my empty living room. $26,000. For a wedding where I wasn't welcome, I called him immediately. He picked up on the second ring, voice bright. Alex. Perfect timing. Did you get the email? Yeah, I got it. Great. So you'll handle the transfer soon? We're a little stretched after the honeymoon deposit. Marcus. I wasn't invited. A pause. Yeah, about that, it was complicated. Lila's side really pushed for a certain crowd. Didn't want any tension. Tension? From me. Look, you're great, but you're not really into the scene. It was easier this way. Easier for who? My voice stayed calm, but my hand was shaking. Everyone. Come on, don't make this weird. Just help out like always. I ended the call. Within an hour, Mom called. Alex, please don't be upset. Marcus is starting his married life. We all need to support him. Dad texted. Family means pulling together. Send the money. The anger wasn't explosive. It was slow, cold, like ice forming over a lake. They had spent years taking, quietly, gratefully, and now they expected payment for excluding me. Like I was a vendor, not a brother. That night I opened every file, every screenshot, every bank transfer history. Loans to Marcus. $18,000 documented. Wedding contributions. $12,500 more. Dad's old medical copays. Mom's emergency car repair. Thousands upon thousands. And no seat at the table. Something fundamental shifted inside me. Not revenge in the dramatic sense. Just clarity. Boundaries. Enough. What they never asked about was my own life. While I helped everyone else, I built quietly. Promotions at work. Smart investments in index funds. A duplex rental property on the east side that brought in steady income. By 31, I had a net worth most people my age would envy. Nothing flashy, just secure. More importantly, I had evidence. Every Venmo note labeled Loan Marcus. Every email thread about payback when business takes off. Every text saying, thanks for the wedding help, bro. No formal contracts. Marcus always said, we're family. We don't need lawyers. That assumption became his weakness. I called my old college friend Jenna, now a contracts attorney. She listened to the whole story without interrupting. Alex, she said when I finished, this is straightforward. The loans are enforceable. Written acknowledgments exist. The $26,000 bill? No agreement, no invite, no legal basis. You can demand repayment and walk away from their demand. I drafted a letter that night. Polite, professional, firm. Dear Marcus, Lila, Mom and Dad, after receiving the $26,000 family contribution request for the wedding I was not invited to attend, I must respectfully decline. Additionally, outstanding personal loans extended to Marcus total $18,000, itemized breakdown and transfer records attached. These were provided with the understanding of eventual repayment. I expect full repayment of the $18,000 within 60 days. Failure to resolve may require formal action. I wish you all the best in your new chapter. Regards, Alex Rivera. I attached PDFs of everything: dates, amounts, screenshots, bank statements. Sent it certified mail and email for the record. The responses came fast and emotional. Marcus called raging. You're seriously suing your own brother over this? I'm asking for what's owed. Nothing more. Mom left voicemails crying. How can you do this to us? After everything. Dad sent one angry text. You'll regret breaking the family. I didn't reply. I muted notifications and focused on work. On my life point 3 weeks later, Marcus wired $5,000. Partial. Working on the rest. I acknowledged. Received. Balance due in 37 days. Word spread quietly through extended family. Cousins asked why I wasn't at the wedding. Aunts heard snippets. The perfect narrative cracked up. Marcus's freelance business relied on family referrals and Lila's connections. Some dried up. Clients hesitated. 60 days passed. No full payment that I filed in small claims court. Simple, inexpensive, no lawyers needed. Marcus appeared on the date, looking tired and smaller in his suit. The judge reviewed the documents in 10 minutes. Loans are clearly documented and acknowledged. No evidence of gift intent. The wedding bill is irrelevant without prior agreement. Judgment. Repay $18,000 plus court costs and minimal interest. He paid in installments over the next 5 months. Reluctantly. Quietly. Section 5. Resolution and moral reflection. Family dynamics changed slowly. Mom apologized over coffee one afternoon. We were wrong to put you in that position. Dad shook my hand at Christmas. Proud of how you handled yourself, son. Marcus keeps his distance now. Polite texts on birthdays. No more requests for money. That I bought a small cabin an hour outside the city last year. Weekend escapes. Peace. I started dating someone who values consistency over flash. Someone who shows up. Looking back, the deepest wound wasn't the money or the snub. It was realizing love can be conditional. That family can treat you as a resource instead of a person. The lesson? Boundaries aren't cruel. They're protection. Self-respect isn't selfish, it's necessary. When people show you who they are through their actions, believe them. And when they expect you to keep giving while receiving nothing, it's okay to say no. Sometimes the strongest revenge is simply refusing to be used anymore. If you've ever felt taken for granted by family, drop "I deserve respect" in the comments. Like if this story resonated. Subscribe for more real stories of betrayal, boundaries, and quiet justice. Thank you for listening all the way through. Until next time, protect your peace.